Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you, Nini?
I'm good. How are you?
Really well, thank you. Very, very well. And Aria, hey, how you doing? And thanks for the referral, Aria.
You're welcome. I referred two others too. I hope they find you.
Awesome. And this other woman, I hope she had a wonderful appointment. So
She told me she had a wonderful appointment too.
good, good, excellent. I pray so. Excellent. Hey, Esther, how you doing? Oh, she's reconnecting it. Hey, Mike. And Harry. Yay.
Hey,
How you doing, Harry?
I'm good. How are you, Mark?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
Very, yeah, we got a good group here tonight. Yay.
Yay.
All right, Mike, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Very
Yeah.
good.
All right, good. Excellent. Ruth, hey, how you doing, Ruth?
Hi, good,
Good to see you, my dear friend.
thank you.
And Lucinda, yay. Oh my goodness, how are you? Good to see you.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Really well, thank you. It's an honor to see you. So excellent, excellent. All right, Elizabeth, you doing good, hon?
Yeah, I
Excellent.
am. Yes, yeah, that's a yes. Yeah, it's like it hits me like the healing will hit me and it'll be great, and then I go back. So it's like kind of back and forth. So, but
Yeah.
it's great. At least I can feel things. So it's great.
Yeah, sometimes there are patterns that the consciousness of the body will miss it, and so it'll try to replicate it in some way or another.
Yes, yeah. Sounds
It-
right.
Yeah. All right. Good. Good. And it's just keeping that in mind, and then it happens less and less with the consciousness as we recognize it. Because when we're recognizing what happens, it's losing its ability to control them. Does that make sense almost, hon?
Yeah, it's because that's what I do. I imagine like I did before, like I imagine that I'm here imagining what was done, how I felt then, and then it comes back. And it comes back even better sometimes because I can actually hear my stomach growling, which it doesn't. It was at a standstill for 6 months.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. Good, good, good. And Mindy's here. Yay. All right. Good. Nice group of people here. So, all righty.
Can I
Yes.
ask you a question?
Of course,
Um,
Aria.
Based on what Liz just said, the gal I referred to you said she felt super sick after the session and she had to go to bed. Is that, and she said she thought that might be the result of the session, and I agreed with her, but I'm just checking in with you.
Yeah, for some people it is like that. It's like it's getting rid of the old dross. And then all of a sudden, or even when they're nauseous or when they're exhausted after a session sometimes, which happens more often with people, now with the exhaustion.
Yeah,
Then
she was gonna
because
come
there's
to
a-
this circle and she was too tired to. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the changing of the guard, I call it,
Changing of the guard. Okay. Can
Yeah.
I ask you a related, there's this thing about water being having memory that's kind of popular on the internet right now. Water has
popular.
memory. It's like a big, even though Dr. Emoto, helped us figure that out earlier. And so if they drink water, is it going to flush out the water with the memory? I don't think so, right?
No. Water is a cleansing agent. It's a healing agent. It's a lubricant agent. It's, all those things and more. But it just does itself. It doesn't have a consciousness. It doesn't even have a simple consciousness. It has a form, and that's what it follows in my perception.
The
So,
body or the water?
the water.
Okay.
The body has a consciousness.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. And it's a form of creation. That's the consciousness. And what we first is the consciousness of that godliness, the divinity, the light within, and which is like the kernel of it all for us. And that has the consciousness. And then the understanding, the ideas, the concepts, percepts of that nature, it gets translated into the mind as far as what we can handle. And even through the intuition, a similar dynamic. Then the brain picks it up and deciphers that we can understand that and articulate it. And then it comes out of us, but we do have the ability to recreate in that image. It's, like I always, preach, so to say, is that here we are, we're created, supposedly the book says that we're created in the image of God, or the godliness, or the divinity, whatever you want to call it, the nameless one, whatever. Well, if that's true, then we have the ability to recreate in that image. If we're created in that image, then we have the ability to recreate in that image. And then,
Oh,
yes,
light bulb just went on. Thanks.
then we are therefore co-creators. So,
Right.
But we perceive from that consciousness that life within us, and it happens in this body on this earth. And
Right.
the ideal spirituality that we're all striving for, known or unbeknownst to us, is bringing earth and heaven together.
Right.
That's why we're here, to get to know ourselves,
Okay.
to get to know ourselves.
Okay.
Cool. Any questions about that I can try to answer?
That
Anyone
was
want
great. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone want to try to stump me? Please, any questions at all? And if you can stump me, love it. I love it. So any questions, Mike?
Not really.
Okay,
I mean, they all make perfect sense.
sure.
It's, I'm my own worst enemy. I get in the way of,
I hear ya. I've worked with people that were literally crippled in their spine, who were verifiably not able to ever have movement from, say, part of their spine down. And I've reached out my hand and I said, stand, and they did, and holding my hand, and they actually stood. But then this happened with a couple people, but then and each of them, it was a similar situation where they this one person in the workshop that it happened to, and everyone's looking, wide-eyed and jut-jawed, and they said they looked around, and the person who was a caretaker for the person, they realized, and I heard the thinking too, was in some uncanny way that, oh my God, this person's never going to take care of me again. Oh, and the insurance will cut off, and this will happen, and that will happen, and disability will happen. And they said, no, they screamed out the word no, and they fell back down, never stood up again. So it depends upon the importances of our life, literally. And we often revert back to, what do we really want in life? And what does it really mean to us? So we have to revert back and then, or let go of those reversions, It's all dependent upon the person's life, what they want to identify with and equate with, Makes sense? Makes sense? Priorities. It's all priorities. Love it.
I kind of look at it as, what are the habits that I've formed, just not even on purpose. It's just what made me feel good. And
Yeah.
those are the tracks in my brain that are automatic. And I
Yes.
can't let go of them.
The idea is not letting go of them. The idea is catching them. If we're
Okay.
letting go of it, we're resisting it. If we're, it's a form of resistance in the world according to Gartmark. It's a form of resistance. And we have the opportunity to, oh, I don't want to let go of this. I want to see it and become friends with it. I want to acknowledge it. I don't want to resist it.
Embrace it.
Yeah. And then say, okay, what other way can you be and why are you there?
That's good.
Otherwise, we're, in a sense, we're resisting it, saying, let go and let God, you know, and all these other spiritual jargons, or, you know, jargons from Facebook or something. We have, just so much within us. Otherwise, what we're doing is seeing ourselves outside of God. God is not on some cloud 3 blocks up and 4 to the north. It's within us and we're within it. In other words, we live with it. It lives with us. We're a part of it. So we're eliminating the objections to that by looking up, saying, "Oh, God, help me!" Like it's up there. It's not. It's here. It's in you. If you go through a dilemma, drama, or trauma in your life, and say you're feeling sad, one example, you can use it for anything: anxiety, worry, or fear. If you're going, say, through sadness or something, you have the opportunity to say, okay, I'm going through this sadness. Why? So what do I feel right now? If you notice, it's almost like God hugging you and loving you. It has this deep, deep love. It's waiting for you to recognize that, recognize. Nothing else. It's too simple. Makes sense?
Yeah.
From this would make a great book title, The World According to Gartmark. Yes, it would. I like Gartmark. So, oh boy. And all right. So any other comments or questions before we boogie here? Anything I can try to answer? Hey, Julie, good to see you, my dear friend.
I'll say
Anything
hi,
else?
hi, Mark,
Hi.
or Mindy. Hi.
Hi, Mindy. Any other comments or questions I could try to answer?
When you
Please.
said God is hugging you,
Yes.
so I'm reading about the polyvagal theory, and the neuroscientists have come up with some interesting somatic exercises.
Cool.
And, a lot of them are hugging yourself exercises.
Yeah, on earth as it is in heaven, Same principle. On earth as we wouldn't have these understandings unless it was happening in another consciousness. And we wouldn't have the vice versa of that. Unless it was happening to us, we wouldn't have that understanding. So it's bringing earth and heaven together. It's happening on all realms and in all realms, I should say. And how valid, how true.
Brings you into unity for sure. So when you get a really loving hug, you're united with that other person who's hugging you.
Yes.
And so if you can hug yourself, well, you're uniting with your true self.
Yes.
So they're really good.
Yeah, and there's room to recognize that, oh my gosh, if I can feel this wondrous sensation and feeling inside of me, and this emotion inside of me, depending upon how deep we want to go into our heart to feel that, then we get to recognize that we're feeling literally the love and the giving and the union and the communion and the communication with that divinity, that godliness. Because that's the sense that we're getting. And we're getting it from a source. It wasn't there prior, so we didn't know that it existed prior to that degree. So maybe a source is reciprocation with that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's lovely, Lucinda.
Hugging God.
Yep, that's what it's about. That's unbeknownst to us, or knownst, but it's mostly unbeknownst because we don't realize it during the days of our lives, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's always there, always there.
It reminds me of experience and being grateful.
Yes, very valid.
Okay.
Valid point. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine, he likes to say, well, what does he say? I'm grateful for everything I have and everything I don't have. It's all been bought and paid for, and I appreciate it all.
I hear you. Yeah, and say yes.
Yeah, because it's even the bad stuff. They're learning experiences, and they teach us how to be better people.
Yeah.
And I think making peace with myself, then I can be grateful. If I'm
Yes.
not at peace with myself, then I'm just not at
Yeah.
peace with the world or anything
When
else.
we're not at peace with ourselves, then we're working something out. Which is the abject,
And trying to have other people work things out because I want them to.
Yeah, that's another way too. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Any other final questions or comments before we boogie here? Before we get on with this? Anything I can try to answer? All right. All right. Well, Harry, my dear friend, any one thing you would like me to work with? Not emotional for anyone, just one thing, please.
Yeah, yes. 2 nights ago, while I was sleeping, I suddenly twisted my leg and a sharp pain went through it. And I have been dealing with this painful leg, and getting in and out of the car today was just awful. So
Okay.
I would like you to work with my right leg.
All right. Now tell me something. Can you identify with it being a spasm?
Well, I think it's a cramp of some kind,
Okay.
and I've been taking some leg cramp pills. It's helped, but I thought I was doing much better, and then I tried getting in the car. And
All right.
that didn't
Yeah.
work.
All right. Harry, what I'd like to suggest, I'll work with you now, but an additive to that, and I know nothing medically, please understand that. I don't even know where organs are. Someone told me where my arms were, so I believed them, and my legs and my head or whatever. And but what I'd like to suggest, in my experience only, is that, and that's with anything medical that I might say, and I know nothing medical, honest to God, but what I'd like to suggest, what people have told me that works, is to get some Schweppes or Canada Dry tonic water,
Okay.
and take start off whenever you get it, and drink about maybe that much, a quarter of a glass, and do it a couple times a day, and you might notice that it kind of is almost gone the next day.
Okay.
But don't get the diet stuff because it doesn't, I don't know, whatever. And get the, the regular stuff with what's in it? Quinine.
All right, I'll do that.
You got it. All right. I want to work with you real quick, my friend. You said your right leg,
It's the right leg, yes.
and you may get a sense of warmth or movement or something. You may not. The ones that do need to, the ones that don't need to. There is no right or wrong in the mind of God. There. Did you sense a flow there?
Yes, I did.
Good. Excellent. Let's see if this doesn't
Thank
help
you.
you. All right, my dear
Thank
friend.
you.
Blessings. And please, everyone, if it's within your heart, go to the website, markearlix.com, and do a donation from your heart, a gifting, whatever you call it. And there's a space there. And also, I do have, I have to mention this too, I forgot. I have a workshop coming up in on the 10th, I believe, or it's a Thursday, 9th or 10th. It's about healing technique, your abilities to work with it. And it's really simple. It's the 10th. And it's at my time, 4:30 to 6 time, Mountain Time. So out east, New York and stuff like that, it's going to be 2 hours later. It's 4:30 to 6:30, 2 hours class. And I usually end up not even having a break. So go to the website, look it up. And yeah, tomorrow is the last day of the early bird price. Thanks, Lynn, for reminding me. And it's on healing, and it's for the beginner or the advanced person. I don't care. There's stuff in there that'll help you to develop. There's exercises, there's understandings, there's lectures, there's interactions, all kinds of things packed within 2 hours time. All right, then there's the following week, I believe it starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday or something like that. Do you remember, Lynn, offhand? Is it, let's see, it starts on Tuesday. It goes from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's a 4-day workshop. And November 15th from 12 noon to 1:30 in the afternoon. And even if you can't attend, you sign up for it and you can't attend, you can still see it on a private YouTube channel. It's on wisdoms, and it's developed to take a lot of the information that I've given for the past, say, 500 workshops, where it'll give a deeper understanding to make life simpler for you. And yeah, wisdom's to help you grow. So take advantage of that. Take a look, and the early bird price for that ends next week. So they're just awesome, just amazing, the workshops. But the 2-hour one is coming up in another week. Please take advantage of that if you have the opportunity to, and you can see them at another time. You don't have to participate in the class. You can still see them if you don't have the time to participate, or you can't. So, all right. And all the workshops, if you go through them, you'll see that you do have availability to them. And soon we're going to be offering discounts on all previous workshops. That'll be announced at the end of the month, I believe. So, all right. Any thing else? Oh, yes. If I work with someone, you may notice something happening most immediately, or say as soon as you leave your house, walk out the door, or walking down the street 2 weeks or 2 months later, you might say, oh my God, when did this leave me? And you might have had it for 5 years, 50 years or something like that, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So, and there's no right or wrong, good or bad in the mind of God. It's our own perceptions and dialogues that keep the story going. So, all right, let's go to Mike. Anything in particular you'd like me to work with in the body, please?
Yeah, I mentioned that I had COVID and now I got long COVID. And when you worked on my back, it was noticeably better
Good.
the last time I was here. But also this right elbow, that's something that's part of it too, I believe.
Okay. All right. Let me write that down. All right. I'm going to work with your right elbow. Let's see. I'm dyslexic, so your left there, my right. Okay. Thanks. All right. Move your elbow around a little bit there, Mike, and tell me if you notice any difference yet. And be candid, please.
Well, I can move it around and I don't feel
Good.
any discomfort. And then when I was sitting here before during the Zoom, I could feel it a little bit at times. So
Okay.
thank
All
you.
right. Sure. And anyone I work with, you may get little increments of discomforts, but just know that they're just little increments of discomforts. That's all they are, you know. And the main thing has been done. So now it has a chance. The consciousness of that distress now has a chance to feel better. All right, good. Excellent. Lucinda, my dear friend, talk to me.
So I'm basically coming in here for like a tune-up. You know, I do a lot of counseling with people. So we do virtual visits.
Cool.
And but lately I've been feeling a little bit uninspired. And 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 that always manifests as having less clients calling
Yes.
or canceling. So I guess I'm looking for a tune-up, but also I want to improve my healing skills. So I know that you have a sessions for that, right? So I was
Yes.
going to ask about that.
Yes. The sessions are up to an hour. It can be on the phone or Zoom or FaceTime. And it's pre-appointment. Let me know ahead of time and we'll arrange something. More than happy, much obliged if you call and we can work with something there. All right. And now understand one thing, a lot of the mind that we dwell within, it's going through a downtime right now. It's a time of almost all the junk, the stuff, the changes, the chaos and everything else are happening now. And we're seeing the results of that. It's the old coming out. And we can see it as a destructive mind or just as not participate in the destructive understanding of that. So just realizing though that it's like a cleansing for something greater to happen. That's all that really matters. And that's why they say with you, there might, and other people too, there's a lessening of clientele. Because the change is happening and we can't have change without chaos.
Right. So people are processing and cleansing, and
Yeah, going through
Yeah.
their changes and everything else. Yes,
so is that astrological phenomena?
I have no
or-
idea. I have no idea. Ask Margot about that. But
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and
So what is causing it, or what is triggering it?
it's just a change of life as we know it. And there's an evolution that's happening. In order for that evolution to happen, there has to be change. There has to be chaos. And you can't have change without chaos, and you can't have chaos without something changing. So there's evolution always.
Right.
I call it a changing of the guard. What?
That's hopeful.
Yes. Yeah. And not to be worried or concerned about it, but developing yourself in finding other ways of doing things to circumvent that, little things. And that will lead into greater things.
So I'm regenerating myself. I'm going to take a week off.
Cool.
And, yeah, just block my schedule and do something to regenerate. So do you
Yeah.
have any suggestions for
Yes. Let people know that you're going to let everyone you have contact with, ever had contact with, that you still have their email address, let them know you're going to take a week off, and then you're booking for future appointment.
So is that because they'll let go of me for a while?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, hon.
Is that because they'll let go of me and I'll be able to regenerate my energies?
No.
No.
You're in the process of regeneration. And,
Yeah.
And it's helping people to, oh, yeah, I should have an appointment with Lucinda and whatever,
Okay. I'll definitely do that.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying.
Sorry, I said I'll do that. I'll email the people
Yeah,
and
good.
tell them I'm taking off. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And let me ask a blessing on you, if you don't mind. I even see you with a real quiet but joyous, loving laugh, giggle inside in your life. That's the way you laugh. So,
Thank you.
all right, blessings. Ruth, hi.
Hi, Mark. I would very much appreciate it if you would work on my spine some more, strengthening it.
Okay. Did you notice change afterwards or not? Please.
I felt you working on it at the time, but no. And I've been, I'm tasked with emptying an apartment that is got hundreds of books in it. So
Okay.
I am boxing them up and
All
moving
right.
them around and stuff, like all things I'm probably not supposed to be doing, but
All
it
right.
needs my back needs a little exercise, but not 5 hours in a row.
All right.
So,
All righty. So
All right.
let me work with your spine and see if we can help support it a little bit more.
yes, thank you.
Oh, my honor. There's like a voice that says to me, oh, it's sure going to heal well. And what that what did I see? What that indicates was with all this healing you're getting on your spine, the consciousness of that bruise that you had, the bruise of the consciousness won't retain within you, and it'll heal stronger. So
I don't know what bruise of consciousness we're talking about. It's the whole
the
spine.
injury, the bruise, the injury is like a bruise in your life. The injury, the memory of the energy of the injury. It's the memory. That's the bruise.
Okay.
And
It was injured back in July and
Yeah.
it's pretty much healed from that, but then
it
they
still
found that,
retains. Yeah, it still retains the injury. That means there's a bruise to it, not a physical bruise, maybe, but a bruise in the consciousness.
yeah. They're thinking I might have broken a couple of vertebrae,
Maybe.
minor fractions, and due to the osteoporosis. So,
But but what I'm talking about is the injury itself is like a bruise in your life.
okay.
That may not make sense. I know what I'm talking about.
You do.
And that's the memory of it.
Yeah.
And so
My bruises always heal, Mark.
and my physical ones do too. And
Yeah.
so yeah, everyone's does, but it's like the body has a consciousness to it. And where we injure ourselves in life, that has a consciousness too, that's disrupted and is not fulfilling with the full life force flowing through. Something's happening in there to inhibit that. And that's why we still have an injury. So
Okay.
the bruise itself, the memory of that is being replaced with something greater, and it'll become stronger. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It'll become stronger.
Just a matter of time.
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
All right. My pleasure. Now, Mindy, real briefly, hi, hon. Are you there? I can't. All right.
Yeah, I
Oh,
am.
there you are. Okay. I was going to go
just
on.
I just had to unmute. Hi, how are you?
Fine. Thank you. Very well.
Could you kindly work on my heart and circulatory system, or whichever?
It's what? I'm sorry.
Heart circulatory.
The heart circles, two systems.
Well, not really. They work together, don't they? I mean, at the circulation. Well, whatever. Okay.
Oh, okay. The blood flow. Okay.
Yeah, the blood. My blood pressure seems a little high in the morning, and so yeah, if you could work on that, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, sure. I would ask a blessing on it. Sure.
Thank you.
Who was it, your aunt or your grandmother that was bedridden?
My aunt.
Okay. Yeah. There was also an impression within you that was left in witnessing that. And so,
Yeah.
yeah. So recognize that impression that you got and don't fight it, but try to understand in your mind and through your imagination, which means to image action, try to understand what that meant for her, not you, but for her, in being bedridden like that. Does that make sense? Yay or nay?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying not to buy into the way a lot of people on this planet in the Western world die. spend their last 10 or 15 years bedridden and sick like she was. So I'm resisting that all the time.
Exactly.
Is that
Exactly
what, so
what
you're
I'm
saying
saying,
don't
and that's
resist
the-
it? But I
and
don't want
that-
to create, I don't want to create that, you know?
Well, you are, because you're resisting it.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I'm suggesting to take a look at how she might have felt.
It's too frightening for me. I can't, what she
Okay.
went through was so horrible. It was like a nightmare. I don't know if I can, you know what I'm saying? It was just horrifying.
Okay. But what you're doing when you're looking at that, you're being objectively observant. It has nothing to do with emotion. It has nothing
Okay.
to do anything.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
being, you're being objectively observant. That's it. And
Okay.
then once you witness it, that real quick flash of understanding, then you get out of Dodge and do something else.
Okay. So, but in order to experience it that way, you want me to try to kind of experience it the way, or feel what she felt, try to understand what she felt, what she was going through.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because it's not you, it's her.
Okay.
It has
Okay.
nothing to do with you. It never did. But when you witnessed it and it gave you a shock, it literally gave you a shock trauma.
It did. It certainly did.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
It literally gave you a shock trauma, and that's what set impressions for your potential future until you witness it objectively. And the only way you can do that is to see what happened with her emotionally, her, not you. What she was going through, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Just witness it. It'll take maybe 5 seconds when you're witnessing it. Then once you witness it, you saw it, and now you can get out of Dodge.
Is this part of like my supposedly having to do all this ancestral healing too? I mean, is this?
I don't know. I can't go there now.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. My pleasure. My pleasure. How are you, my dear? Tell me one thing. We have about 15 minutes left. Five people.
Okay. Right leg, particularly the right knee, can't drive, which is a thing. It's hard to walk, and it's very hard to drive sometimes.
Are
And
you
it comes
telling me
and
that
goes.
are you telling me it's in pain?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay. Right leg, right knee, particularly the knee. Thank you.
Oh, you got it. My left, your right. Okay. There. Your right kneecap was it's almost like it was confined. There was no fluid movement, or there was fluid movement, but it was very nil compared to what it could have been. And what my perception was just happened is that it loosened up now. I don't know what they call the kneecap bone, but it loosened up where it's a little more fluid. So do me a favor, can you imagine sticking your foot out, like going to the gas pedal or whatever, and tell me what it's like? Any different, about the same, or worse?
So it hurt on the way to the imaginary gas pedal, but not on the imaginary gas pedal.
Okay, let's see what more develops from this now that pattern is getting set.
Thank you.
My honor, my pleasure.
Thank
Elizabeth, talk to me, hon. Tell me.
Yeah, just the same. I mean, the same area is still having problems, but I'm not, but it's getting better. But yeah, just my, intestines.
Yes. All right.
That are,
Yeah.
that are still healing from C. diff and megacolon.
Okay. All
yeah.
right. All right. Let me write that down. All right. It's almost like there's it is healing now that you went through like a little reprieve in what we worked with previously. It's almost like it's been arrested where it won't go further, if that makes sense.
Okay.
My perception.
Yeah, no, that is what it's like a little bit, but I can still feel activity, like noise,
Yes.
like it's not dead. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me work with it a little bit more here, hon, and see if we can break that mind, that consciousness.
Okay.
Have you actually, or was it recommended to you that you do surgical procedure on that?
Yeah, they were on standby to do a resection for
Yeah.
5 days. Yeah.
Is that coming up?
No, thank
Good.
God. I mean, it
Thank
deflated.
God.
Yeah. No, I would have wound up with a colostomy, so-
Exactly. Exactly. And then other disturbances because of that.
Right,
Not saying
exactly.
medical science is wrong or anything like that, but for this particular situation, my perception, with someone who doesn't have any medical knowledge, it would have led into more things that
More
you would be doing.
complications. Yeah.
Yes. So thank God. All
Yeah.
right. Because I kept seeing someone in the ones, oh, let me cut. And
Yeah, they were gonna cut out 8 feet of my bowel.
oh, is that all? Yeah.
I was like-
Right.
I was so out of it because they kept on having to resuscitate me because I kept on dying because my lungs were collapsed.
Well, let's see what happens now.
I wasn't afraid. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Right.
not afraid.
Yeah.
But I would prefer, I'm very grateful not to have had
Awesome.
surgery.
All right, let's
I
see what
hate
more
when you
happens.
keep on dying.
I'm sorry.
I said, I hate when you keep on dying.
Yeah, really. All right. So, let's see. Nini, my dear friend, talk with me.
Hi, Mark. I just need a blessing from you. That's all.
Gladly.
Thank you.
Gladly. Who is it? Your niece? Do you have a niece? or
Why? I have a niece. Yeah.
this, someone that you're really close with?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. That's all that I saw. That was awesome. So let me work. A lot of love there. A lot of admiration from your niece to you as well.
Oh, is that a little girl? I mean,
Yes.
a little young one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my granddaughter.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Granddaughter. You're a young one. How can you have a granddaughter?
No.
And anyone who's short with you in their demeanor, just keep on going in life, you know. So
Yes. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you very much. Yeah.
blessings.
Thank you.
All right. And who haven't I? Julie. Hi,
Hi,
good to see you.
good to see you. I need some healing of basically my digestive system. I've been having some issues and they need to just go away and move someplace else. I'm done with them.
How long you been having them?
Oh, a couple of months. They're getting better,
Good.
but they want to do a CAT scan. And I'm like, I'm really feeling so much better. So I would like that to be uneventful.
Now, is it you that has been through medical procedure? Okay, good. Let me work with you then.
Okay.
Not that I wouldn't if you did, but you know, never mind. I'll just work with you.
Okay.
All right. Is your elimination process, does it feel off?
Nope.
Good. All right, that's fine then. I don't know what else to do right now.
Okay. No, it was just my pancreas. It was all inflamed and stuff, and it's gotten better.
Good.
But so yeah, I mean, I'm totally going in the right direction. I'm doing everything dietary wise I'm supposed to do, and I feel great.
Awesome. Are you staying away from milk product?
No, as a matter of fact, I have to do a very low fat diet and like good proteins, and so I'm eating a lot of yogurt. But that's the only dairy I'm doing.
Okay, good.
Just yogurt.
Good.
I
Yeah.
don't do cheese or anything like that, and I do eat eggs.
All right, good. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. I don't know what to say about, you know, any more to do.
Okay,
So,
well, thank you then. Thank you.
all right. Awesome. All right, Harry, tell me something. How's your do you notice a difference in the cramping or the feeling, the sensation that you have there?
Well, it seems to be just a little bit better. Yeah, it seems a little bit better.
Okay. Let's see
Things
what
are
this leads
progressing.
into. Good.
I'm going to get the quinine water, but Schweppes.
Excellent. Just a couple times a day, a little bit, you know, as soon as you have the idea or think about it, or
Okay.
or while you're having it? Great. Awesome. Mike, notice any difference about your elbow, please? Be candid.
Yeah, I haven't felt any discomfort in it since then. It was periodic anyways, but like I said, at the beginning of the meeting, I did feel it a couple times.
All right, good. Yeah, awesome. Lucinda, please, do you notice any difference in the way you feel or whatever?
Yeah, so I feel a little bit more lighter and more unity within.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when this gets posted on Facebook, replay it or on YouTube. Okay, hon?
Okay.
All right, good. And listen to what we talked about and stuff. It was a great conversation. Thank you. And Ruth, do you notice any difference in your time, hon? You're off. You turned off. Ruth,
It's a stuttering finger. I don't have any discomfort in my back right now. Thank you.
blessings. Blessings. Thank you. Elizabeth, please talk to me about your spine.
No, I feel cool on the inside, which is how I felt the last time. It feels great. Thank you.
All right, good. All right. Thank you. And I'm curious as to, how you're feeling and all like that later and stuff. Aria.
It feels a little better.
All right, let's see what this develops into, hon.
Yes.
And remember, we're going to have little teasers later in life, with these same things, especially sometimes, especially for some people right away, but don't believe them. Don't believe them.
Wait, what? Who's teasing what?
Teasers about discomforts, they may come back to you for short times.
Oh, got it. Thank you. Okay.
And Mindy, how you doing, hon? She can't hear me or something.
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Oh,
Doing
okay, good.
I'm just trying to breathe into this process that I need to, I know I resist a lot in my life, and that's a lot of my problem. I know that.
Well, you're not the only one. So
Yeah.
keep it in mind.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Show me the perfect person on earth, I'll follow them anywhere. Yeah, I'll even follow myself if I was that way. So, all right. And Nina, you doing good, hon?
Yes, Mark, thank you.
Lynn, anything in particular you want me to work with what we talked about before?
My cough, my throat.
No, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad cough came back. Coughing,
All right.
my
Let me-
voice.
All right. And boy, are you finding your voice lately too, beginning to.
Yes, that's probably why I'm losing it. Thank you.
Blessings. All righty. Any questions before we go? It's time. Anything last second I can try to answer? All right, go to the workshops and the website. And if one of the workshops fancies you, take advantage of it. It's for you. And please don't forget to, on the website, there's also the gifting button or donate, whatever they call it. And there's, Lynn put up the website thing. And there's the Healing Circle next week, and there's the Healing Clinic this Thursday for 20-minute appointments for any individual who wants to have an appointment with me. They're less expensive and they're really good. And I'll give you my heart. 20 minutes is quite a while, an hour is even a longer while. But enjoy your lives. Have fun. Oh, yes, I'm going to Arizona. Thanks, Lynn. She's in Canada and she knows these things. I'm going to Arizona. I believe it's on the 11th. There'll be a Healing Circle there, and then 2 straight days of appointments, and then I come home again. But it's warmer there. So, all right. It's only for 3 days, but it'll be warmer there. So enjoy your lives. That's what it's for. If anyone wants an appointment with me, let me know. Have fun. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you,
God
Mark.
bless you
Thank you,
too.
Mark.
Bless you. Blessings.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bless
Mark.
everybody.